Now, for the learners standing up, you're always here to serve you no matter how. Pagkakabing abitin, pagsisikapan ng ikating, kalidad na edukasyon para sa bata, para sa bansa. Kapuha, kasamigan, katampan, kateted, kapuha, kasamigan, katampan, kateted, ang bihadang Mindanao. The northern Mindanao, ang bihadang Mindanao, pagkahipusan na pag-ibabaw. BigaTEN DepEd, pagpagaling sa edukasyon, mabibigong kaangkon. BigaTEN DepEd, the northern Mindanao, for the learners standing up, we're always here to serve you no matter how. Pangarap natin ay bitin, pagsisikapan ng ikating, kalidad na edukasyon para sa bata, para sa bansa. The northern Mindanao, ang bihadang Mindanao, BigaTEN DepEd, BigaTEN DepEd. Ang bihadang Mindanao, pagkahipusan na pag-ibabaw. BigaTEN DepEd, pagpagaling sa edukasyon, mabibigong kaangkon. BigaTEN DepEd, the northern Mindanao, for the learners standing up, you're always here to serve you no matter how. Pagkakabing abitin, pagsisikapan ng ikating, kalidad na edukasyon para sa bata, para sa bansa. Kapuha, kasamigan, katampan, kateted, kapuha, kasamigan, katampan, kateted, ang bihadang Mindanao. The northern Mindanao, ang bihadang Mindanao, pagkahipusan na pag-ibabaw. BigaTEN DepEd, pagpagaling sa edukasyon, mabibigong kaangkon. BigaTEN DepEd, the northern Mindanao, for the learners standing up, we're always here to serve you no matter how. Pangarap natin abitin, pagsisikapan ng ikating, kalidad na edukasyon para sa bata, para sa bansa. The northern Mindanao, ang bihadang Mindanao, BigaTEN DepEd, BigaTEN DepEd. Ang bihadang Mindanao, pagkahipusan na pag-ibabaw. BigaTEN DepEd, pagpagaling sa edukasyon, mabibigong kaangkon. BigaTEN DepEd, the northern Mindanao, for the learners standing up, you're always here to serve you no matter how. Pagkakabing abitin, pagsisikapan ng ikating, kalidad na edukasyon para sa bata, para sa bansa. Kapuha, kasamigan, katampan, kateted, kapuha, kasamigan, katampan, kateted, ang bihadang Mindanao. that the northern Mindanao, ang bihan ng Mindanao, pagkahiusan at pag-ibabaw. BigaTEN DepEd X, pagpagdahil sa edukasyon, mapitulong na angkon. BigaTEN DepEd X, DepEd Northern Mindanao, for the learners standing up, we're always here to serve you no matter how. Pangarap natin abutin, pagsisikapan na ligatin, kalidad na edukasyon para sa bata, para sa bansa. That Northern Mindanao, ang bihan ng Mindanao, BigaTEN DepEd X, BigaTEN DepEd X.
3 minutes pa, 3 minutes.
Ang bihan ng Mindanao, pagkahiusan at pag-ibabaw. BigaTEN DepEd X, pagpagdahil sa edukasyon, mapitulong na angkon. BigaTEN DepEd X, DepEd Northern Mindanao, for the learners standing up, we're always here to serve you no matter how. Pangarap natin abutin, pagsisikapan na ligatin, kalidad na edukasyon para sa bata, para sa bansa. Kapubag, kasaligan, kadapan, DepEd, kapubag, kasaligan, kadapan, DepEd, ang bihan ng Mindanao. That Northern Mindanao, ang bihan ng Mindanao, pagkahiusan at pag-ibabaw. BigaTEN DepEd X, pagpagdahil sa edukasyon, mapitulong na angkon. BigaTEN DepEd X, DepEd Northern Mindanao, for the learners standing up, we're always here to serve you no matter how. Pangarap natin abutin, pagsisikapan na ligatin, kalidad na edukasyon para sa bata, para sa bansa. That Northern Mindanao, ang bihan ng Mindanao, BigaTEN DepEd X, BigaTEN DepEd.
RX Adobe, the Learning Continuity Plan of DepEd Region 12. RX Adobe has a beautiful representation. R stands for region and X for the Roman numeral equivalent of number 10. RX also signifies the Latin recipere, meaning to take. Further, the RX symbol is believed to have evolved from the Eye of Horus, an ancient Egyptian symbol associated with healing powers. Adobe, on the other hand, is a company known for its multimedia and creative software products. is an adopted acronym. It stands for Alternative Delivery of Basic Education. When put together, RX Adobe prescribes creative, innovative, and alternative processes, strategies, and activities aimed at effectively accomplishing the goals of the department. In crafting this learning continuity plan, named RX Adobe, the office underwent scenario planning, which included data-driven analysis of the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats in the delivery of its services. Featured in RX Adobe are the different learning modalities such as face-to-face, distance learning, blended learning, apprenticeship, and homeschooling. It emphasizes readiness on technology, teachers training, parents' role in distance learning, and stakeholders' support. RX Adobe further highlights well-developed curriculum, improved learning environment, upskilled teachers, and responsive multi-stakeholder cooperation as underscored in the department's Sula Educalidad program. RX Adobe is DepEd Region 10's latest innovative program to deliver effective and efficient services, implement policies and standards, yield best learning outcomes, ensure excellent employees' performance through continual improvement, and sustain customer satisfaction. RX Adobe, Region 10, Alternative Delivery of Basic Education.
Maayong adlaw kanatong tanan, ako si Ramon Gonzalez Allera, aka Kadepet Paulo, ang inyong Public Affairs Unit Lead Officer.
Ug ako si Candice Racoma Razon, ang inyong rakista Bunala, aka Kadeped Rada. Kami ang inyong kauban,
Kasaligan,
kadampan,
Kadepet sa BigaTEN DepEd X. Welcome to our 15th episode of BigaTEN DepEd X for 2021. Previously partner on our program, we feature the Schools Division Office of the South Summer Capital of the Philippines and the home of the icons, the Schools Division of Malaybalay City.
Yes, Paolo, that's right, Kadeped Paolo. And in last week's episode, we talked about rice. In today's episode, Kadeped Paolo, we will be talking about gold as we feature the Schools Division of Himoog City, highlighting its projects, Pangako, and TechEd Balason, among others. Ang lahat ng yan at iba pa ating tututukan sa aming pagbabalik. Ito ang Gingoog for Gold, gearing for outstanding readers, learners, through dynamism para sa ika-15 edisyon na
BigaTEN DepEd X. Sa mga usapa, maayong adlaw ka natin tanan. Kumusta ka, Deped? Rada na abot ay maayong balita.
ang maayong balita na sa imong tapan because I miss all of you.
Yeah.
Well, Kadeped Paulo, excited na po kay we are down to our last 2 episodes for Season 1. In the next 2 weeks, unsa na sabkaha ang atong i-showcase sa mga divisions para sa atong Season 2.
Mao na kay inyong partner nga abangan ang susunod na kabanata. Para po sa bahagi ng ating programang For the Win, DepEd Norman, eto partner na Rana. win na win talaga ito. And affirmation lang naman coming from our very own Secretary Leonorba Torres when she said, I assure our parents and learners that we are addressing the challenge of quality education. Alam mo, Partner Narada, nakakagaan lang naman ang pakiramdam. Ano masasabi mo dito?
Tama ka talaga dyan, ka-DepEd Paulo. Sinimulan ng DepEd ang mga reforma sa curriculum, learning environment at professional development ng mga guro upang higit na maiangat ang kalidad ng pagkatuto at pagtuturo sa bansa. Katuwang ang iba't ibang organisasyon ang layunin ng DepEd na ihanda ang Basic Education Development Plan for 2022 to 2030. Kaya panalo-panalo tayo dito, partner. Napakagandang isipin at napakagaan sa pakiramdam itong positibong pananaw at pagpaplano ng ating mga pinuno sa kagawaran ng edukasyon.
Well, ano pa nga ba dyan, ka-DepEd Rada? Sangayon siyempre ako dyan. At para pa rin po sa For the Win DepEd Norman, we congratulate our very own OIC ARD Ribbon Camilo R. Baguio na ngayon ay nakakadistino na sa DepEd Spokesperson or Region 12. Ayon nga sa mensahe ng support ni RDR, message of support ni RDR, si former SDS Ribbon Camilo R. Baguio ay isang humble yet very competent na SDS. Very visionary, forward-looking, napakagaling. Ayan. And we also congratulate our newly installed OIC SDS, Rowena H. Paraon, na ngayon ay nasa Division of Valencia City, Region 10. Kapartner Narada, siya lang naman ang dati kong guro sa high school, ha? Okay, very proud.
Ayan naman tayo, blast from the past na naman tayo.
Yeah.
At kasi nalipat si Ma'am Rowena sa Iligan, sa Valencia. Of course, we also congratulate the newly installed ASDS back to barracks, Alicia E. Anghay of the Division of Cagayan de Oro City, Region 10 pa rin po.
Yes.
Welcome back po, ASDS Alice Anghay, and it's happy to see you again. Magkapit-bahay na naman ulit tayo. And of course, we also congratulate the newly installed OIC.
Ngayon pang alas 10 yan.
Ngayong alas 10.
Yes.
Alas 10 na partner.
Apart.
8 p.m. at the moment.
Yes. Ongoing.
And of course, kasi live na live tayo, we are congratulating ATM, the newly installed OIC ASDS, Jonicio L. Liwagon Jr. of the Division of El Salvador City, of course, the Region 10 pa rin.
Yes, congratulations. Siya rin ang dating DIO, ha?
DIO.
Yes.
So may pag-asa, partner.
Parang doon ako papunta pang-ASEC. Pang-ASEC.
Sinabi mo yan. But once again, congratulations po to ARD Baguio, SDS Paraon, ASDS Anghay, and ASDS Liwagon. Hangad po namin ang inyong tagumpay. At mga ka-DepEd, anong meron ngayon? Yan ang tampok namin sa aming pagbabalik. Diyan lamang po kayo.
Located at the eastern part of Mindanao and nestled at the heart of the city of Good Luck, the Schools Division of United City takes pride for its service in delivering quality education and community involvement. A promising division with 74 elementary schools, 16 secondary schools, 5 schools for indigenous peoples, 16 integrated schools, and 17 private institutions. Connected in one community, serving 35,076 public servants who choose to learn in communities. gathered in 503 school buildings and filled with 39 sheets classrooms, offered with different learning resources. The schools division in Mangubat City will continue to expand its reach to make education available for all. Gearing toward outstanding leaders, learners through dynamism, towards excellence in leadership, towards quality education, towards strong partnership with the community and stakeholders, with outstanding leaders, for outstanding leaders, invoking the values of courtesy, respect, and cleanliness. One for gold. Para sa bata, para sa bayan.
Alright, there you have it mga ka-DepEd. Klarong-klaro naman siguro kung anong sangay ang tampok natin ngayon. Walang iba kundi ang sangay ng lungsod Gingoog. Sa pamumuno ni SDS Jesnar Dems Torres at ASDS Mary Ann M. Allera.
That is right, ka-DepEd Paulo. Sasamahan din tayo mamaya ni na CID Chief Pablito A. Altubar, SGOD Chief Joyce Mangubat at marami pang iba. At tulad nga ng nabanggit at ipinakita sa dalawang videos kanina, malalaman natin ang iba't ibang programa, proyekto, inobasyon at ang mga inisyatibo na napapaloob sa kanilang slogan na Gingoog for Gold, gearing for outstanding leaders and learners through dynamism at nakaangkla sa kanilang 10 strategic directions. Panoorin po natin ito.
With a zeal to better serve our clients, the Division of Gingoog City proudly presents to you our 10 strategic directions. School certification simplifies the concept of quality in the division. Increase commitment. There's no better way to giving all the best for the service. Learners at the heart of the school. Our learners are our main clients in the field. They should be our topmost priority. Collective image. We present ourselves in that identity. Our image should project the impression needed for our profession. Beautiful schools. Beauty captivates learners. When the school is beautiful, it ignites and invites learners to visit. Employees' welfare. Our employees are our prime movers. It is best that their welfare is prioritized. Ethical leadership. Leadership that is directed by our compassion for the rights and beliefs of others. Professional competence, the ability to perform tasks with efficiency and equality. Increase family spirit, understanding others to build a relationship to last. Sense of urgency, tempo spacing. Time is our greatest commodity. How we spend our time determines our destiny. DepEd Gold core values, cleanliness, respect, and courtesy. Anchored from the interventions and towards excellence, our division fully supports innovations that address the needs of our main clients, our learners. Innovations that bring further distance to digital time. Education for all.
Ayan po, mga ka-DepEd, kung ang Rehiyong 10 ay may 10 quality objectives, ang DepEd Himog City naman ay may 10 strategic directions. At bago tayo magpapatuloy at ka-DepEd na rada, babatiin muna natin yung mga live viewers natin kasi ang dami na nila. Mula kay Jubilee Racaza Esguera, good morning, watching from the division of Lanao del Norte, Leonidas D. Osam Elementary School. From Babylonia, Undugar, good morning everyone, watching from Pedro Maligma Integrated School. We say hello to March Rangyoa Cecil's, good morning, watching from Suspicio Lugod Integrated School, partner. Meron din tayo from Del Chorita, Ariola Paho, good morning everyone, watching from CGCNHS. Good morning din po kay Zeldin Kirit Sabuero Flores, good morning from Ramon Arevalo Elementary School, iskulahan mo yan. Okrale, good morning, watching from Talisay National High School. Magandang umaga din po from Chiara G. Torres Carcido Lusterio. From R. Nabasa, good morning, Arnie Nabasa, Magallanes Elementary School. Hello po, good morning from Chiara G. Torres Carcido Lusterio, watching from Limbunga. Alright, Nino Equacion Cubao Group, watching from Silangan Elementary School, Himog City. Partner.
Before ko mo-proceed, murag nag-campus tour niya ako, partner. From Vilma Lumanaw Cafe, a pleasant morning to everyone watching from Pinilungan Elementary School, Himog City. We also have Diet Regatuna Luberas. Good morning, everyone watching from AAFIS South 2 District. We also have Este Hanle, good morning from San Luis National High School. Kit, good morning, watching from Kidahon Elementary School. Good morning to First Young, good morning, watching also from Kidahon Elementary School, Hinoag City Division. Ayan po, mamaya, mag-greet ulit tayo.
Yan.
Sa pagkakalaga, dahil partner, parang lahat ng school na puntahan mo.
Yeah, merong elementary school doon eh. Di ba? Magkatayo ako ng eskwelahan. Para po ipaliwanag sa atin ang 10 strategic directions ng DepEd Himog City, kasama natin ngayon si ASDS Mary Ann M. Allera. Good morning po, ASDS. Would you kindly explain your division's innovations vis-a-vis your 10 strategic directions?
Good morning, RDR Bayocot, our leader, Ramon, and Attorney Candice, the whole of DepEd family. Good morning. Hearing for outstanding learners and leaders, love as project growth in DepEd University, we find both the two remarkable innovations, the TechEd Balason National High School, which has been implemented through the accessing of self-learning modules in an offline mode, through the Raspberry Pi stationed in the cluster hinterland barangays o Balason, and the Project Pangako of Kalipay National High School, which actualizes collegial efforts of the volunteer nanay and other community stakeholders in teaching reading in the Purok hubs are geared towards the attainment of the 10 strategic directions of the division of Hinoog City. But the greatest way is anchored on learners at the heart of the schools. Why learners at the heart of the schools? It is because the challenges of self-learning modules distribution to the dispersed geographical location and the varied learning gaps among our learners inspire us to unceasingly think, create, and implement those programs if only to answer the pressing needs to deliver education amidst the pandemic. With the leadership of our school's division superintendent, Dr. Jesnar Dems Torres, and with multi-stakeholders participation, we continuously implement action and Project Pangako, which will soon be replicated in order to give the best education possible that each of the Hinoong child deserves. Go, go, Hinoo! Go for gold! Caring for outstanding learners and leaders.
Ayan po. Thank you. Thank you very much, ASDS Mary Ann M. Allera. This time, ladies and gentlemen, let's explore more about one of the division's major initiatives, the Project Pangako. Let's watch this. Video.
Barack Obama said, "Reading is a gateway skill that makes all other learning possible." We believe that reading is a prerequisite to achieving extraordinary things, not just inside the four corners of the classroom, but in the real world. For the school year 2020-2021, the division of Gingoog City has 26,650 students, of which 6,217 students are independent readers, 9,034 students functional readers, and 10,704 students are frustration readers. Out of these 10,764 frustration readers, North Reed District gets a 9.42 share of 1,014 students in the total population, of which 63 of those students are from Kalipay National High School. In response to the mandate of the Department of Education through its Order Number 173, Series of 2019, or the 3Bs, Hamon, Bawat Bata Bumabasa, which tasked every school across the country to help learners develop their reading skills. Kalipay National High School and the Division of Gingoog City proudly introduced to you an innovation in reading. This is Project Pangako, Pabasa sa Nayon, Gawing Kultura. Project Pangako is a community-based reading program that aims to help the learners master the skills in reading with the help of the reading volunteers, assistance of the teacher facilitators, and the cooperation from the people in the community. It focuses on students who struggle most in reading. This program is conducted in never protocols of waiting sheds and even inside their humble abodes. In the implementation of this project, the following processes were involved. Presentation of Project Pangako to the Barangay Council. Meeting with the officers of the Parents Teachers Association. Meeting of assigned teacher facilitators and product leaders and parents. Preparation of product reading hubs. Selection, preparation, and reproduction of reading materials. Capacitating teachers and school administrators in teaching reading. Training of identified reading volunteers. Capacitating parents in teaching reading. Launching of Project Pangako. Utilization of hubs as a venue for community-based reading program. All members of the community are involved, and each has a role in the implementation of this project. From then until today, the community reading hubs have been a home for our learners who are eager to learn reading, and a wonderful experience for our reading volunteers.
To our constituents of Kalipay National High School, especially with our students, which are the reasons why we are launching this program, Pangako. Marami pong salamat sa inyo, especially to our DepEd people, for really putting emphasis on reading. I know that with the pandemic, we're really struggling in terms of education delivery by distance, but we are still positive that engaging our students in learning is still the best way to do it, even at this time of the crisis. With the launching of the program, we hope that other schools will replicate this, and this is anchored on our program at the region called Care for the Norman Readers, and anchored as well at the central office level. We call Every Child a Reader program, or Bawat Bata Bumabasa.
Grabe ang hitabo sa kalipay karon. The word itself, kalipay. Nalipay ang mga ginikanan. Ug labaw sa tanan, nalipay ang atong Dios nga labaw ang makagagahom. Nagitagaan kita sa maniini nga programa nga gipanguluhan sa atong Department of Education. According to Mahatma Gandhi, the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. Kini atong gihimo karon nga atong gatagaan ang mga kabataan, no? Nga sila mismo makabasa. Sila mismo matagaan og kahigayunan nga mahimong moasenso sa ilang kinabuhi. Matod pa ni Kagawad Nanay Evelyn Canyosa, edukasyon tulay sa pag-uswag. Sa giingon ni Regional Director Kagadina, nga lisod kaayo no kung makabasa pud ta, nga wala nato nasabtan kung unsa atong gibasa.
In spite of the crisis we face today, we continue to believe that education must not stop, not even with the precarious situation we are in today. The division of Gingoog City cares about the welfare of our students in this most challenging time. Let's all be one in gearing towards outstanding leaders, learners through dynamism. Project Pangako, pabasa sa nayon, gawing kultura. Onward to a better Gingoog City. Sulong, edukalidad.
There you have it, mga ka-DepEd, the Division's Project Pangako. Pabasa sa ngayon, gawing kultura, which is a community-based reading program. Now, to tell us more about this innovation and what motivated or inspired the prime movers of this community-based reading program, here is the principal of Kalipay National High School, Sir Josel D. Bernados. Take it away, Sir Josel.
Fan of the movie Spider-Man, when the main actor uttered, "Great power comes great responsibility." This line captures my attention most and eventually serves as my guiding light in giving emphasis to my responsibilities to the learners as the heart of the school. As an instructional leader, I cannot afford to let even one of them be left behind amidst the tremendous effect of this pandemic. Our data shows that there is significant number of learners who are identified as non-readers. If this problem existed even before the crisis, how much more today, where contact time between teachers and learners is beyond our control? Let us remember, reading skills are vital in the learning process of every student. In this learning modality, where they will be learning through the printed modules provided. If they can't read, who would help them at home? Let's accept the reality that even their parents also have difficulty in reading. Solving this problem is very impossible by the teachers alone. So, we need our external stakeholders to help us. Our community people. As a transformational leader, it is my lifetime commitment and promises to rescue these 63 non-readers by implementing an innovative project. Thus, Project Pangako is initiated. Project Pangako is a collaborative effort of the teachers and the community people to give emphasis on the importance of reading skills to be developed by every learner for their academic pursuit. This project empowers the barangay officials, purok leaders, reading teacher volunteers, and parents in improving the reading skills of their children through building a culture of reading in Barangay Kalipay, City of Gingoog. Beaming with hope and confidence, I call everyone to join me in this lifetime journey dubbed as Pangako. Pabasa sa nayon, gawing kultura. Ito ay isang pangako. Pangako ko, pangako mo, pangako nating lahat.
Nako, marami pong salamat, Sir Josel D. Bernados, ang principal ng Kalipay National High School. Nako, ikaw partner, ano bang pangako mo?
Nako partner, ayoko muna ang mangako. Baka kasi hindi ko mapapanindigan. Esip-esip muna ako bago ko gagawin. Ikaw partner, kaya ni mo magsaad?
Walay problema sa pagsaad o pagtuman sa gisaad. Ang problema kung naabay mo to sa akong gisaad.
O kung naabay masaaran?
Kana po na akong problema. Direk, mangitatag ka sa aran na to niya.
Anyway, time pa partner, basin asa o niya ni padulong atong istorya. Maayo pa atong pamation ang kapitan sa barangay Kalipay. Ganahan ko sa ilang pangalan, no? Kalipay. Si Kapitan Ruel C. Mantantuan, kabahin sa mahinungdanong papel sa barangay, mahitungod sa implementasyon ni ining maong proyekto. Ato ning tanawon.
Nagtambayayong ang mga ang PTA, council, ban sa mga CBO mismo kay naghatag-tag tanang executive order o una memorandum para mapatuman din siya. Sa komunidad nga sa kada purok, nag-participate sila sa pag-improve sa mga waiting shed aron mahimo siyang reading hub sa mga bata nga mga priority nga mga bata. Now sa isip barangay kapitan, wala lang kung katanaw sa proyekto sa barangay kung dili ang pag-angat sa pagbasa sa mga bata sa kadakop ko niya siya nga proyekto dili niya sa makita pero mabaon-baon na sa mga bata nga di mo problema nato karon sa katilingban nga minus mabasa ang mga bata kadugang kani nga pandemic. Now kanang sa pagpatuman ani diri sa barangay naghatag-tag unang-una memorandum sa atong mga CBO na mamonitor tong mga listahan sa mga bata nga ipanghatag sa mga magtutudlo nga makatungod diha sa ang reading hub sa matag purok. Ato pong gidasig ang mga ginikanan na kung mahimo, di kay kung mahimo-himoon jud nga panahon sa oras nga schedule di paana ang mga bata nga makatungod diha sa reading hub sa matag purok nga aron ang oras magamit gid ang oras naging bahig gahin ana nga adlaw. Ang mga bata maangat gyud dili lamang siya makabasa, makasabot gid siya sa ilang gibasa.
Ayan, daghang salamat kang Kapitan Ruel C. Mantantuan sa Barangay Kalipay. Makalipay yun kaayo to, partner. Mga ka-DepEd na pamati ang usa ka principal, ingon man usab ang barangay kapitan, kabahin sa ilang pag-implementar o pagsuporta sa maong proyekto. Karong bahina, ato usab nga pamation ang mga reaksyon sa tulo ka mga ginikanan kalabot pagihapon niing Project Pangako. Kauban nato karon sila Ma'am Nila L. Ambongan, sa parent, Ma'am Maricardi Pocawan, also a parent, o si Sir Daniel P. Sinangan, ang isa ka parent o PTA president. Ato ning pagatanawon.
Sa una, sa wala pa to na kuan ang project nga Pangako, na wala na ako natagaan og maayong pagtagad ang pagtudlo sa akong anak tungod kay wala sad ko kahibalo kung unsay pamaagi sa pagtudlo, sa pagbasa og sa kuan nga ipaapil ko nila og seminar didto dayon nako nahibal-an unsaon nako pagpamaagi og pagtudlo sa pagbasa sa akong anak.
Dako kayo ang akong pasalamat sa Project Pangako kay nakakatko ng akong anak sa pagbasa. Sa unang sa wala na ilaing buhaton ng akong anak, magtambay lang diha sa waiting shed. O karon kay gipagsadahan naman ang waiting shed, kay gihimong reading hub, makakaton na ang akong anak sa pagbasa. Dako jud kaayo ang akong pagpasalamat sad sa mga reading volunteers kay naghatag yun sila higayon sa pagbabasa sa akong mga anak. Gawas sa mga maestro o maestra diha sa eskwelahan.
Nahinang hamahagkap daw malumo. Doon ko kanak kung patongha ko bata ko. Tadiyan sa pangako project. Tadoon, tiin, matuunan daw mabuligan pagpabasa. Doon ko kanak kaya estudyante. Tadiyan sa volunteer teachers. Madagway yahinang ko DepEd. Tabi na tasan sa pagbinuliga. So bata ko, tinunan ko pagbasa. Kuhadi, tribo ha volunteer teachers. Dadaan sa kanak, tribo ha estudyante. Tinunan ko tribo ha volunteer teachers. Salamat tong kay Sir Josel Bernados, Principal ta Kalipay National High School, kupughinang tiin ha proyekto. Buligan ka himan babaya.
All right, thank you very much once again to our guest parents, Ma'am Nila L. Ambungan, Ma'am Maricar D. Pocawan, and Sir Daniel P. Singan, who is also our PTA president. Ayan, kumustahin naman natin ang mga karanasan ng ating mga reading volunteers, kapartner Narada. Kasama natin ngayon sina Ma'am Alangilan P. Yap, Ma'am Charlene M. Alonzo, and Ma'am Teresa P. Corpus. Let's find out how our reading volunteers are coping with the challenges and what do they look forward to. Let's watch this.
I know that being a reading volunteer is not an easy job. I was hesitant at first because I don't have the skill to teach kids how to read. But the project has a program where reading volunteers like myself were being capacitated on how to teach students how to read. It was very beneficial on my part because I gained a skill on how to teach children how to read.
I am not a teacher by profession, so I had these doubts like, what if I am not effective in teaching students how to read? Am I doing it right? What materials should I use? Things like that. But fortunately, the teachers' facilitators are always there to guide us. Reading volunteers to effectively teach students, they had also provided appropriate reading materials for us to use. So, I am very grateful for that.
I think one of the biggest challenges for me as a reading volunteer is how am I to make sure that the kids will religiously report here in the Reading Hub. Fortunately, the people in the community work hand in hand to make the Reading Hubs very pleasing and attractive to the students. And of course, that is very effective because kids keep on coming back to learn how to read. And I am very thankful for that.
Ayan mga ka-DepEd, before we proceed, mo ginagiingon sa akong lula sa una partner, nga ang batang kabasa, dili mawala, pero ang taong gihigugma, ambot lang og mawala ba?
Murag dili ko kasumpay, ana, partner.
Anyway, thank you very much to our reading volunteers, Ma'am Alangilan P. Yap, Ma'am Charlene M. Alonzo, and Ma'am Teresa P. Corpus. Ug syempre mga ka-DepEd and ka-DepEd Paulo, importante kaayo nga mahibaw-an nato ang epekto sa atong project pangako ngadto sa atong gatawgon og end users nga walay lain kung dili ang atong mga giamumang mga estudyante. Atong makauban karon ang mga recipients sa project pangako nga sila Rodel M. Delaganar, Julie M. Ambungan, Justin D. Calambao o Yesha May D. Buwat. Ato ning tanawon.
Dagtong pagsugod sa panghatag sa module, maglisod jud kog answer kay dili pa ko maayo mubasa. Pero karon nga naa nay magtudlo sa amo nga insaktong binasahan, makabasa na jud ko sa basahonon sa module og maka-answer na jud ko.
Nabalaka jud ko sa una kay naa na ko sa high school. Unya maglisod pa ko og basa. Nisamot pa jud akong kaguol kay dili nami mag-adto sa eskwelahan tungod sa pandemya. Basin wala nagyud hinuon ko'y chance na mahimong maayong mobasa. Pero may gani kay naay project pangako agod ako kaayo akong kalipay. Tungod sa project pangako kay magskigdili nami ngadto sa eskwelahan. Naagi hapon may chance na makatuon saon pagbasa. Salamat kayo project ko.
Sa una, kapuyang jud ko og basa. Mao siguro dili kayo ko kabalo og basa, pero dadtong nahuman nani og buhat ang reading hubs. Unya colorful man jud kaayo ug tsada kaayo. Iani diri og buutan, pajud kaayo ang mga magtudlo unsaon pagbasa. Dako kaayo akong pasalamat sa project pangako ug sa mga nagtudlo namo unsaon pagbasa. Kay kabasa nako karon o gusto na nakong mubasa.
Para sa ako, usa ka estudyante, ang project pangako ay makatabang sa ako bisan dili na may makato sa school, magkatuon gid nagbasa kay na may nagtuglo sa among reading volunteers.
Ayan, sa makausap pa, daghang kaayong salamat sa ato ang mga learners na si Rodel M. Delaganar, Julie L. Ambungan, Justin D. Kalambao, ug Yesame D. Buat. Hinaot nga magpadayon mo sa inyong mga pagpaningkamot kay ang project pangako sa DepEd Gingoog City, magpadayon usab sa ilang pagserbisyo sa tanang gusto makabalo nga mo basa. Sa atong mga project pangako organizers, implementers, reading volunteers, and supporters, go for gold.
Di pa rin makapaniwala sa lahat ng nangyayari. Pangarap parang kailan lang sa panaginip ko'y nakita. Yun ay dumating nang bigla sa aking buhay ay maubusan ng pag-asa. Ako'y nanalig sa isang pangarap. Ako'y naniniwala. Ako ay lilipad at ang lahat makakakita. Sa isang pangarap, ako'y naniniwala. Hindi ako titigil hanggat aking makakaya. Unti-unting mararating, tagumpay ko'y makikita. Tuloy ang pangarap. Hindi pa rin makapaniwala sa aking nakikita. Lahat ng panalangin ko ngayon may kasagutan. Lahat ng pinagdaanan at pinaghirapan, nagbigay ng kalakasan upang marating ang isang pangarap. Ako'y naniniwala. Ako ay lilipad at ang lahat makakita. Sa isang pangarap, ako'y naniniwala. Hindi ako titigil hanggat aking makakaya. Unti-unting mararating,
Ayan po, maraming salamat kay Lily Gelaida N. Alcover na naging first runner-up sa The Voice Kids Hingoog City sa kanyang napakagandang awitin. Naku partner, ang cute niya, ang galing-galing pa. Nang malayo ang mararating ng batang yan, sigurado ako. At gaya ng kanta ni Lily Gelaida na patuloy ang pangarap, patuloy din ang pagsisikap ng DepEd Hingoog City upang tugunan ang iba't ibang pangangailangan sa pagpapatupad ng kanilang Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan or BELCP. Panoorin po natin ito.
Now, there are fears that the coronavirus outbreak could become a pandemic.
Hindi namin in-expect na on our lifetime will be facing this type of crisis.
The COVID-19 pandemic has greatly affected not just the country's economy, entertainment world, tourism, but the education system. It has shifted from the normal classroom learning to distance learning. This is why the Department of Education, in response to the pandemic, had issued a Department Order Number 12, Series of 2020, on the adoption of the Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan for school year 2020-2021 in the light of COVID-19 public health emergency. The distance learning modality in the form of learning modules is the most convenient. But these modules took a big part in the process, not to mention the tedious printing jobs, but it also took a bigger portion of the school's MOOE. With this, Balasan National High School, with the support from the Division of Gingoog City, responds to the challenge and enter in the digital world. Project DepEd Balasan, techno-educational based approach for learners' acquisition of self-learning modules through offline network. As per survey of the Balasan National High School learners on the available gadgets at home that could possibly access to the digitized SLM, results showed that 76.14% or 612 out of 804 students that responded have the capability to access the SLM via Wi-Fi signal. DepEd Balasan is a project that allows learners to have access of the digital format of the SLMs from the Raspberry Pi, wherein learners or parents can directly access and download files like the SLM, video lessons, and activity sheets into their gadgets. This Raspberry Pi has the capability to store large files and can broadcast Wi-Fi signal, which could connect learners' gadgets and the files that are stored in the Raspberry Pi. This project will procure 6 Raspberry Pis and will be stationed in the following barangays. The other one will be placed inside the school for learners who live closely. So, how does this project work? Uploading of digitized SLM and supplemental video lessons and reading materials. The school IT in charge for the gadget will load the digital format of the SLM and other supplemental learning materials to the gadgets in a weekly basis. The gadget contains 3 directory file folders, such as the self-learning modules, supplemental learning materials, and submission folder. Learners' acquisition of SLMs. Learners can just turn on the Wi-Fi of their Android phones and access the Wi-Fi signal broadcasted by the gadgets and enter the Wi-Fi password. Then, the learner can access the different file directories. Submission of SLM. After the learners had acquired the SLMs, they can answer it, then submit their outputs in the gadgets, putting it on the submission folder and their section and learning areas. Weekly harvesting and updating of SLM. After a week, New sets of SLMs will be uploaded to the gadgets, labeling it for the week number and without deleting the old SLM, in case there are still learners unable to submit their output. However, if output submission attained is already 100%, then the old module will be deleted from the gadgets.
This is a kind of an innovation that I really appreciate because this is towards technology. And I would like to congratulate DepEd Hingoo, DepEd Balason, and of course LGU Balason, and even the private philanthropists and stakeholders who are able to put in some resources to make this dream a reality.
This project is crafted to offer an option to the learners and parents in the distribution and submission of outputs with ease during this most difficult time. Not only does this innovation promote the health and well-being of the teachers and learners, it is also beneficial to the environment. Less papers used in printing the SLMs equals to lesser costs in energy and resources. Together, let's push for a more efficient and safer way of delivering education to our learners. This is Project DepEd Balason, techno-educational base approach for learners' acquisition of self-learning modules through offline network. Sulong, edukalidad.
All right. Just like with what we said earlier, DepEd Hingoo City is continuously innovating to address various issues and gaps concerning teaching and learning delivery in this time of the pandemic. They have this innovation called TechEd Balason. Here's this. Later on, we will proceed to the school head of that said school. But before we talk to the school head of Balason National High School, greet muna tayo, partner, sa ating mga viewers. Ako mauuna. Eto, Judy Ducala, good morning, watching from Manolo Fortich Central Elementary School, Manolo Fortich, Bukidnon. Congratulations, Hingoo City Division, through the leadership of SDS, Jesnar, Dems, Torres. We also have Kentay Panis Abrenica, good morning, watching from Sulpicio Lugod Integrated School. And good morning also kay Dongs K. Kamaldas Chanchad. Good morning everyone watching from Hingoo City Division. At magandang umaga rin kay Rebecca Variacion Peros. Good morning, Rebecca V. Peros and Rita Ebalyal, Barangay 18A Elementary School, also of Hingoo City. And also magandang umaga kay Cristina Marmarito Cabilto. Good morning, watching also from Barangay 18 Elementary School, Hingoo City.
Ayan, at ito naman from Ricardo T. Pasi. Good morning, watching from the division of Valencia City, the city of Golden Harvest. Go Hingoo for gold. From Leia Takandong, good morning everyone from the division of Hingoo City. We also say hello to Aurelia Andy. Good morning everyone watching from MLSC or CS Hingoo City. Hello din po kay Joey Perez Florentino. Wow, Project Pangako. Congrats SDS, JDST, Jesnar, Dems, Torres. At from Bob T. Paquino, watching from El Salvador City, best wishes to your undertakings. And finally, from Karen Aranas Oplala, good morning, Hingoo. Greetings from the city. Special shout out to our HRD SEPS, Dr. Mitch V. Rodriguez. Hello, Ma'am Mitch. Good morning.
Ayan po ang ating ilan lang sa ating mga viewers for today. At gaya ng sinabi ko kanina, ang school head ng Balason National High School will be featured, si Sir Cesar L. Macasarte, and he is going to tell us more about TechEd Balason. Let's watch this.
This pandemic has brought great challenge to our learners' education. That is why schools opted to utilize the distance learning modality. Balason National High School has adopted the modular learning approach, where self-learning modules were printed and distributed to the learners through their parents and sometimes being delivered to the respective home. Although this modality is very useful in this time of crisis, but this too faces challenges as well. Aside from the tedious printing jobs, more than half of the school imuwi had been allocated for the reproduction of modules as a priority. However, due to the bulk demands of 854 learners for the SLM, the school could only provide 1:2 ratio, meaning 2 learners will be sharing 1 set of printed modules. There is also high risk of infection and transmission of the virus due to the fact that learners, parents, and teachers have to meet in school to retrieve and return the modules. And learners also have hard time understanding some of the content of the modules due to lack of learning resources. With all these challenges, schools have to innovate to address these pressing issues. Hence, Balason National High School had crafted and implemented Project DepEd Balason, techno-educational-based approach for learners' acquisition of self-learning modules through offline network. This project is designed to lessen the risk of transmission of the virus because it will not require learners and teachers to meet in school to retrieve and return the modules. Printing of modules was also minimized since learners can access the digital copy of the modules using their smartphones via offline network through the Raspberry Pi. This means that no cell phone load and internet connectivity is required. Aside from accessing their self-learning modules, learners can also submit their learning output in digital format through the same gadget, and they are also provided with the supplemental learning materials like contextualized video lessons and instructions developed by their teachers and being uploaded in the Raspberry Pi. DepEd Balason will not only greatly help our learners to conveniently access education in this time of crisis, and surely lessen the burden of our dear teachers in the demand of this new normal setup of providing education. But it also strengthened the bayanihan spirit among our stakeholders, as expressly demonstrated by the support of the local government, barangay officials, Department of Education, parents, teachers, learners, and private establishments and individuals. Para sa bata, para sa bayan.
Ayan, daghang salamat sa atong school head sa Balason National High School, Sir Cesar L. Macasarte. Una ta magpadayon ka DepEd nga rada, ato sang i-acknowledge ang ITO1 sa Division of Gingoog City. Kauban nato karon si Sir Renel J. Kirit. Gipadala gyud siya ni SDS para mo assist sa atong production karon.
For the first time na ay nagpadala.
So hello Sir RJ. Direct at ipakita. Siguro unya na lang.
Wala tayong moving camera.
Unya na lang. Yeah. Anyway, karong bahina mga ka-DepEd atong makauban si Honorable Panfilo M. Carisosa, ang barangay kapitan sa Balason. Ingon man usab si Honorable Gina A. Takulod, barangay councilor sa Libertad, para ipaambit ka nato ang ilang mga suporta para sa malampusong pag-implementar ni ining DepEd Balason. Ato kining tan-awon o pamation.
Isip amahan sa barangay usa sa akong mga responsibilidad na siguroon nga mapatuman gayud ang mga epekto ang paghatag sa edukasyon sa atong mga kabataan. Mao nga karon ining panahon sa pandemya nga lisod kaayo og kahimtang sa pagpatuman sa mga bata, dako kayo ang kalipay niining project DepEd Balason kay dako kayo ni katabang sa atong mga kabataan. Agud na kami sa Barangay Council nagsuporta nini nga project pinaagi sa pagatiman o pagbantay niining gadget nga ibutang diri sa Barangay Hall. Isip diri magkuha og mga pasa sa module. Ako usab uban sa akong mga konsyales nihatag og muhatag pa og uban pang suporta sama sa pinansyal kung gikinahanglanon kini sa atong eskwela.
Kabalumi nga lisod gayud kaayo ang panahon karon kay dili ta makasigurado nga dili kita gayud matakda ni ining COVID-19. Mao ming diring taga konseho sa Barangay Libertad siguraduhon mahapsay ang pagkuha o pagbasa diri sa module nga nakasunod gihapon sa health protocol para malikayan ang pagpulyanap niini virus.
Daghang salamat kaayo kang Honorable Panfilo M. Carisosa, ang barangay kapitan sa Balason, ingon man usab kang Honorable Gina A. Kakulod, barangay councilor sa Arte kay pagkastorya partner. Barangay councilor sa Libertad sa inyong mga suporta. Karong bahina mga ka-DepEd, ato usab kamustahon ang nahimong epekto ni ining TechEd Balason ngadto sa atong mga senior high school students. Atong pamation sila Vanessa Lubit, JV Serrano o Rachel Lynn Caldeliero.
Kaayo ko ani project TechEd Balason kay dadtong wala pa ni siya daghan kaayo modules ang kuwaon ug ibalik sa eskwelahan. Medyo bugat jud siya og kalas kaayo sa papel. Unya usahay kay magdali-dali mig answer kay tunga mi sa isa ka set sa module sa akong partner. Karon kay dali na gyud siya kaayo. Igo ra nimo i-connect sa wifi o i-download ang module sa cellphone. Paperless sa jud siya. Ang nakatsada pa gyud ani kay naara sa cellphone nakasave ang mga lessons. So anytime anywhere pwede ra ka magtuon nga dili magdali-dali.
Dako kayo akong pasalamat sa TechEd Balason kay tungod ani dili na ko kinahanglan na mobaklay pagpila ka kilometro gikan sa mong balay padulong sa eskwelahan para magkuha sa modules. Mukunik na lang jud ko sa Raspberry Pi nga naa sa mong barangay hall kung makuha na nako ang module ug didto ra sad nako i-submit akong mga giansiran sa module. Gamit jud kaayo siya kay mas feel nako na mas safe ra ko sa COVID-19 kay dili nako kinahanglan mo adto pa sa eskwelahan nga nasa laing lugar ug makahalubilo sa mga tawo kay naara duol kaayo sa balay ang Raspberry Pi. Salamat jud kaayo TechEd Balason.
Tagtong wala pa ang TechEd Balason, maglisod jud mi og sabot sa uban sa mga modules kay wala may mag-explain sa amo sa lessons. Usahay need pa namo mag-search sa internet para makasabot og kasagaran magproblema jud mi unsa among ipang-load para maka-search mi. Pero dadtong naa na ang TechEd Balason, mas makasabot na mi sa mga lesson. Kay aside sa module na ma-download namo gikan sa Raspberry Pi, naasad mga video lessons na makatabang ug pasabot namo sa mga lisod na topic. Unya, dili na pagyud may kinahanglan magpa-load. Kay offline man siya namo ma-access. Mao nga lipay kaayo ko tungod aning TechEd Balason. Kay mas sayo na ang among pagtuon, labi na gid karon panahon sa pandemya.
Sa makausap pa, atong pasalamatan atong mga senior high school nga mga estudyante, sila Vanessa Lubit, JV Serrano o Rachel Lynn Caldeliero. Ug human nato mapamati partner nga rada ang atong mga estudyante, ato usab pamation ang mga ginikanan kabahin sa ilang mga nasinati sa pag-implementar ni ining TechEd Balason. Atong pamation sila Ma'am Sheila M. Siliakay ug si Ma'am Shirley U. Bohols.
Dako kayo akong pasalamat daning TechEd Balason kay tungod ani dili na jud kinahanglan moadto akong anak sa eskwelahan para magkuha o magbalik sa module. Nagamay ra ang risgo na matakdan sa COVID-19 kay naara duol sa among balay siya mag-connect sa Raspberry Pi para sa module. Ganahan ra jud kaayo ko kay mas mapuslan jud niya ang iyang cellphone sa pagtuon ug dili lang magamit sa dula-dula og internet na dili kaayo gamit. At least karon safe akong anak kung mapuslanon kaayo ni iyang cellphone.
Salamat gyud kaayo sa TechEd Balason kay sa una dugang sa akong gasto. Kining iyang pagbalod taga semana para mag-search sa internet para mas makasabot siya sa mga lesson. Karon kay naa na may mga video lesson sa Raspberry Pi na dili na kinahanglan mag-connect sa internet o magpalod. Mas makasave gyud ko. Salamat gyud kaayo daning TechEd Balason.
Daghan kaayong salamat sa atong mga pinanggang ginikanan nga sila Ma'am Sheila M. Silyakay o Ma'am Shirley U. Boholtz. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, let us not forget the implementers of the program, our very own teachers. Let's see how the program TechEd Balason has helped our teachers in delivering their lessons. We have with us today Ma'am Eileen A. Cabana and Sir Christian Guillermo O. Susi. Let's watch this.
Our world now is immersed in technology, and so are students. They are equally or more technological savvy than teachers. As a teacher, this project is life-changing. It greatly contributes to monitor students' progress and serves as bridge to the learning gaps that we faced due to uncontrollable situations. Teaching became convenient as well as students' learning. And through this, I can still portray my purpose to help build critical thinkers and continue to live with DepEd's mission and vision. That's why this project deserves to be applauded. Mabuhay ang TechEd Balason!
This project really brings magic in the educational arena that paves way to how teaching and learning is delivered in these uncertain times. It helps me to still cater the learning needs of my students with the use of technology because I can now easily attach supplemental materials that makes learning even more easier, fun, and productive. For that, I am now confident that together we can hone and develop globally competitive individuals no matter what season we are in. Thank you, TechEd Balason.
Ayan, sa makausap pa, atong gipasalamatan ng atong mga junior high school teachers nga sila Ma'am Eileen A. Cabana o Sir Christian Guillermo O. Susi. Ug mao ka na mga ka-DepEd nga rada, atong napamati ang mga nagkalain-laing mga kasinatian kabahin sa pag-implementar sa TechEd Balason ug Project Pangako. Nagmalampuson kini, pinaagi usab sa nagkalain-laing suporta gikan sa mga stakeholders. Ug busa, pamation nato karon ang message of support gikan sa halangdong mayor sa Gingoog City. Oh, pero
Dili maka-live si Mayor karon kay naa siya prior engagement.
Mao ba? So magkuan lang sa siguro ta. Pwede ta direct greetings lang sa siguro ta direct itong daghan matag ka ng mga viewers karon, partner, di ba?
Sama ning mga
From Allen Mabunga Crudadano, ayan, watching from Barangay 18AE Elementary School. And we say hello to Hilda Aranio Masinay. Good morning, watching from Gingoog City Division. We also say hello to, meron pa ba tayo direct? Marami yan eh. From Diding Adolfo Pescadero. Good morning po, watching from Sumirap National High School, Tangub City Division. From Atit Asludi, Tita Hisula watching, congratulations. Ayan po. And from Era Love Espirito, how to avail that TechEd Balason. A question yun. I think tsada na for easy access. Di na kaayo sige print og modules. Partner nga rada.
We also say hi to Chris Jolmi C. Marco. Wow, very impressive. Gingoog City Division. And we also say good morning to Kim Buksok watching Region 11. Oy, we're live and alive sa Region 11. And we have Maribel Makamay Andrino LPT watching here from Sagulyao, Takabuka Elementary School.
That's
and of course, we have to move on. Murag na ready naman ang atong next na video. Gusto unta ko moingon nga surprise me sa next video. I-surprise ko ninyo kung kinsay sunod mo gawas. But anyway, to help us understand more the impact of these innovations on the division's curriculum implementation, let's give it up for the Chief of the Curriculum Implementation Division, Chief Pablito A. Altubar. Let's watch this.
Nothing is impossible. The praise itself says it is possible. The implementation of the distance learning modality paved a great challenge in our educational system. It brought about some problems, specifically in its efficacy in achieving the desired learning outcomes. The learners' reading capability manifested difficulty in fully understanding the content of the self-learning module. With this adversity, the division is taking a relentless effort in finding ways to address the existing instructional gap. Thus, innovation comes in. With the eagerness to accelerate the reading capabilities of our learners, Kalipay National High School and stakeholders have come up with an innovation dubbed as Pangako, or simply means pag-asa sa nayon or pagbasa sa nayon, gawing kultura. Its context will surely help improve the reading skills of the students and address the real problem and challenges tag along with the distance learning modality. Another challenge is the costly, time-consuming reproduction of the self-learning modules, coupled with the rest, post, and the distribution, considering the distance of their residences and threats of the pandemic. Balason National High School, in its quest of improving the effective delivery of education, has embarked TEC-Ed, or techno-education-based approach for learners on the self-learning modules through offline network as an appropriate resolution of the problem. The innovation will help lower the cost of the reproduction of the self-learning modules, meet the 1:1 provision, and taking off the rest of the distribution. The innovation is a dream come true, an appropriate resolution that will offer effective perpetration of the K-12 curriculum. Amidst adversities, DepEd Gingoog will rise to the fullest as we hold together and transform the impossible to possible para sa bata at bayan. Turo natin kinabukasan nila.
Ayan, thank you very much, Chief Pablito A. Altubar of the Curriculum Implementation Division. Ug sama sa akong giingon kanina, ka DepEd Rada, atong mapamati karon ang message of support gikan sa halangdong mayor sa Gingoog City, the Honorable Mayor Eric G. Canyosa. Ato siyang paminaw.
Isa sa good strategic directions ubos sa CESO administration mao ang paghatag ug importansya sa edukasyon. So gawas pa sa mga eskolar nga atong gihatag sa atong syudad karon, around 800 to 1,000 scholars atong gitagaan og kahigayunan ng atong mga estudyante nga sila makahuman gayod sa kolehiyo. Busa ang atong lokal nga paggamhanan ubos sa CESO administration. Dili lamang diha nahuman sa pagtabang sa natad sa edukasyon alang sa atong mga estudyante. Apil na usab niini ang atong programa through the initiative of Congressman Christian Onabia nga kita makabaton og kaugalingon Gingoog City Dormitory nga kini pohon pwedeng puy-an sa atong mga estudyante kung sila walay kapuy-an sa kolehiyo nga mag-eskwela sa syudad sa Gingoog. Libre tanan apil ang pagkaon sa atong mga estudyante. Pohon nga kining programa mahuman. So kami ni Vice Mayor Peter Sr. Pedro Navia uban sa suporta sa atong mga kagawad sa syudad maningkamot no nga dili lamang diha mahuman ang atong suporta sa edukasyon. Apil na usab niini gikan pa sa gamay ang bata hangtod nga mahuman sila sa kolehiyo. Labaw na nga matud pa ni Dr. Jose Rizal that the youth is the hope of the fatherland. So kami as your leaders, usa sa among pagabuhaton ang pagtutok sa mga estudyante nga matagaan sila kahigayunan nga makatungha gid sila sa panahon nga sila mag-eskwela. Apil na ang panginabuhian sa ilang mga ginikanan nga makapadala sa ila ngadto sa tulunghaan. So pinaagi niini ang atong gold strategic directions nga mao kana atong ginatawag sa letrang G nga gold, good governance. O is for opportunities for tourism and agriculture development. or agricultural development. L is for livelihood development and implementation. D is for the delivery of basic services for health, education, social services, and sports. Mao kana ang estratehiya sa CESO administration para gayud muuswag ang atong syudad nga maghatag kita og dakong importansya sa natad usab sa edukasyon. Daghang salamat, and together we can unite.
Once again, thank you very much, Honorable Mayor Eric G. Canyosa, for all the support your office has extended, is extending, and will be extending to the division of Gingoog City.
That's right, Kadepedra. This time, ladies and gentlemen, to learn about the impact of these innovations on the ground, particularly the schools, please make way for the Chief of the School Governance and Operations Division, Chief Joyce Mangubat. Let's watch this.
The School's Governance and Operations Division lives up to its mandate in extending technical assistance to schools on their innovation projects. At the outset, the Division Office issued Memorandum Number 376, Series of 2020, titled Guidelines in Writing a Program or Project Proposal and Completed Paper or Terminal Report for Innovations and Income-Generating Projects in Schools, clearly detailing the steps and methods in making innovation projects in schools. It ensured quality and responsiveness to the needs of the schools and the learners in the new normal. It further provides that all planned innovation projects in the schools shall be submitted to the Division Office for approval. With the issued memorandum, the SGOD serve as an arm in extending support and guidance in the creation, implementation, monitoring, and assessment of the projects. With the need-based varied proposals coming in, we realized the passion of our teachers and school heads in solving the problems they encountered. To better help the schools, the SGOD conducted a series of trainings and orientation workshops for all districts following the minimum public health standards. We in the SGOD are happy that the innovation projects, particularly Project Pangako and Project TechEd Balason, have been implemented and become a testament of commitment of the teachers, school heads, and stakeholders of the Division of Gingoog City. Mabuhay ang goal!
Once again, thank you very much to our Chief Joyce Mangubat of the School Governance and Operations Division, or SGOD, of the Division of Gingoog City. And to take us to the very meat of the division slogan, Gingoog for Gold, gearing for outstanding leaders, learners through dynamism, let us all welcome the dashing, debonair Schools Division Superintendent of the Division of Gingoog City, SDS, Jesnar Dems Torres. Let's watch this.
I am more than happy and proud to say that we in DepEd Gingoog City, with a collaborative effort, has come up with a well-thought plan to solve some problems that confronted us during these trying times. Number one is a challenge on the distribution of self-learning modules. Number two is the problem on improving the reading skills of learners amidst the threat of COVID-19 transmission. With a challenge around with the provision of self-learning modules, a school in this division successfully innovated a means by which learners can access SLMs and submit their outputs using their mobile phones and tablets, even if they are not connected to the internet. A great innovation that is proved beneficial, knowing our limitation in providing printed SLMs. Project TechEd Balason, or Techno-Educational-Based Approach for Learners Acquisition on Self-Learning Modules, is a commendable effort of teachers and the school head of Balason National High School through the participation of the community of Barangay Balason. Another innovation project I would like to extol its benefits is the Project Pangako, or Pabasa sa Nayon, Gawing Kultura. This innovation project invokes the participation of the stakeholders and community through the leadership of the supervisors, school heads, teachers, and reading volunteers in providing learners who are identified as frustration readers needed support in acquiring the necessary skills for them to become instructional or independent readers. I am glad to say that the 2 innovation projects were successfully launched in this division with the presence of the Regional Director, Dr. Arturo Bayocot last month. And now, we are monitoring the progress of their implementation. I am more than excited to report the benefits, the successes, as well as the challenges of their implementation. The innovation projects would not have been launched without the people who had gone out of their way to turn every obstacle and challenge into opportunities. I would like to personally extend my heartfelt thanks and gratitude to the local government unit of Gingoog City, spearheaded by the Honorable Mayor Eric G. Canyusa, whose unwavering support has been evident, especially during this trying time. Allow me also to mention our stakeholders and partner institution in Gingoog City. With the LGU, they have donated mobile phones and tablets for learners as part of the implementation of TechEd Balason. My commendation also goes to the school heads of Balason National High School, Mr. Cesar L. Macasarti, and Kalipay National High School, Mr. Josel D. Bernados, for manifestly showing their leadership and for incessantly thinking of ways and means for the benefits of the learners you serve. I congratulate all of those who have helped sustain the implementation of this innovation project. Our chiefs, our supervisors, EXICO members, SGOD personnel, school heads, teachers, reading volunteers, stakeholders, community, most especially the Barangay Council. For you, each challenge is an opportunity to rise and succeed and win the battle. Allow me to personally extend my pride in the implementation of this innovation project, Project Pangako and Project TechEd Balason. The great accomplishment that we have pulled off in such a short amount of time is simply overwhelming. Lastly, I call on all personnel in the entire schools division of Gingoog City to continue affirming our commitment to and for the love of our learners. Project TechEd Balason and Project Pangako are the victory of the entire schools division of Gingoog City. Truly, this journey, your journey, our journey, is simply amazing. Para sa bata, para sa bayan, sulong edukalidad. Kudos everyone, mabuhay tayong lahat.
All right. Once again, thank you very much, SDS Jesnar, Dems, as Torres. Indeed, mga ka-DepEd, with what we have witnessed today, it's only proper that we celebrate the golden achievements of the division of Gingoog City. We celebrate their competent leadership, effective coordination and support, genuine public service, pure labor and hard work, and passion. So, to the division of Gingoog City, saludo po kami sa inyo.
And mga ka-DepEd, for our big attention, big attendance, first off, we have here DepEd reinforces government vaccination program and calls for the support from stakeholders. Yan. And by the way, ka-DepEd Paulo, we will be featuring next week the TikTok videos of our Back to School champions who underwent national training on content creation. Ay, national training on TikTok. Magapiltaan eh. In the meantime, what we will show in a while is another sample TikTok video, this time from the division of Misamis Occidental. Let's watch this.
COVID-19, fake news versus facts.
Oo ba na may fetus ang bakuna? Oo, ang totoo. Walang sangkap na fetus ang mga bakuna. Ang COVID-19 vaccine ay hindi naglalaman ng mga parte ng tao.
Totoo ba ang mga bakuna laban sa COVID-19 ay may lamang magnet at microchips upang matrack ang mga nagpabakuna?
Ang mga bakuna ay hindi naglalaman ng microchips o tracker. Dumaan ang mga bakuna sa masusing pagsisiyasat upang matiyak ang kaligtasan nito.
Totoo ba na ang COVID-19 vaccines ay makakasanhi ng sterility or infertility?
Ito ang totoo. Ang COVID-19 vaccines ay dumaan sa ligtas at masusing proseso. They do not cause infertility.
Totoo ba ang mga taong nababakunahan ay mamamatay makalipas ang 2 taon? Ito ang totoo. Hindi dahilan ng pagkamatay ang pagpapabakuna. Ang bakuna ay nagpapalakas ng iyong immune system o resistensya.
Kung humana kag bakuna, clap your hands. Kung humana kag bakuna, clap your hands.
Kung humana kag bakuna, ayaw kalimot pagmas. Kung humana kag bakuna, clap your hands.
Tas na bakuna para sa balik eskwela. Back to school, DepEd Misamis Occidental.
All right, more back to school champions through the leadership of our very own medical officer for Dr. Myra G. Yee. Thank you very much, Doc. By the way, catch RD Art Bayocot on DepEd Teaches episode 27 on July 8. That is Wednesday. Partner nga rada at 2 p.m. at facebook.com/teaches DepEd/. Ayan.
And more announcements. We have the Regional Virtual Research Conference, which will be on July 7 and 8. That will be starting tomorrow.
And I will be one of the presenters.
O, diba?
Ayan, Regional Memorandum 312, National Search for Outstanding Teacher Broadcasters and Production Team. They have a scheduled meeting for the division's focal persons and DepEd TV broadcasters on July 6. That's today. Today, tama ba?
Kanina.
Yeah, kanina. Yeah, 8:30 in the morning via Google Meet. Yan.
And we also have RM326 on the third Youth Creativity in Nutrition or Youth Creation Competition. Submission will be until, I think, July 30.
That's right. We also have Regional Memorandum 330 on the second DOST-SEI Project Star International Conference call for papers. Submission of entries, July 16.
And we also have RA 65 on the Free International Youth Fellowship or the IYF Online World Camp, which will be on July 12 to 16.
That is actually free, kapartner ng Arada.
Ay, maganda.
And yes, Regional Advisory 66 on the Nationwide Science Communication Competition of the Philippine Science High School. That's from July to September. Ayan po, kapartner Garada, just before we continue with our acknowledgements, we take this opportunity to greet Sir Ray Butch D. Mahinay, Education Program Supervisor and Regional Focal Person for ALS sa Curriculum and Learning Division. Ayan, celebrating his birthday. So
that is today, your
today,
karanyang
yes.
birthday.
So na sure ko na happy kaayo karon.
I invoke my right, partner. And yes, happy birthday to Mr. Mahinay. Onya, Sir Butch, ani na lang ni.
So, dili magpaabot ta sa iyang ipa-deliver diri sa set.
Of course.
Oo, para sa ato ang lunch. And by the way, Direk, thank you to DepEd Rada for sponsoring our lunch ba na? Lunch na dito nakita na ako sa likod.
Because last July 4, partner, marked my 4th year here in DepEd Region 10.
Happy anniversary.
Nakalain nyo yun 4 years.
Happy anniversary. Lugar.
Murag inana part.
4 years? When was that?
Dungan tagsulod na tuig. That was 2017.
Ako karong October 17.
Naay bigaten anang October 17?
Will be my 4th year anniversary. October 19, October 17.
So itunong nato na nanay.
That's
yes.
Anyway, and finally we say thank you to the following for making every episode of BigaTEN DepEd 10 possible. nangunguna na dyan, of course, our very own Regional Director, Dr. Arturo B. Bayocot, CESO 3.
We would also like to thank ARD Victor G. De Gracia, still on official leave, and also thank you to OIC ARD Attorney Shirley O. Chato.
Ayan. So, of course, eto partner ha, our featured division. Diba? Ang the division of
Gingoog City. Go for gold.
Go for gold, correct. Correct ka dyan. Yan. Ayan, kadadagay na nasabi ko kanina, pinasasalamatan natin ang powerhouse DepEd Division of Gingoog City, headed of course by SDS Jesnar Dems S. Torres and ASDS Mary Ann M. Allera. Siyempre, kasama nila si CID Chief Pablito A. Altubar at SGOD Chief Joy C. Mangubat.
We would also like to thank Honorable Eric G. Cañosa, the Mayor of Gingoog City, Honorable Panfilo M. Caresosa, the Barangay Captain of Balason, Gingoog City, Honorable Gina A. Taculod, Barangay Councilor of Libertad, Gingoog City, and thank you also to Honorable Ruel P. Mantatuan, the Barangay Captain of Kalipay, Gingoog City.
That's right. We also acknowledge Sir Josel D. Bernados, ang principal ng Kalipay National High School, si Sir Cesar L. Macasate, School Head, Balason National High School. Of course, our guest teachers, si Ma'am Aileen A. Cabana and Sir Christian Guillemore O. Susi.
We would also like to extend our gratitude to our guest parents, Sir Daniel P. Siningan, the PTA President, Ma'am Nila L. Ambongan, Ma'am Maricar D. Pocawan, Ma'am Maria Sheila M. Silyakay, and Ma'am Shirley U. Boholtz.
At syempre, kapartner narada ang ating mga reading volunteers, Ma'am Angilan P. Yap, Ma'am Charlene M. Alonzo, at si Ma'am Teresa P. Corpus.
We would also like to thank our guest students and project recipients. We have Rodel M. Delaganar, Julie L. Ambongan, Justin D. Calambao, and Yeshamay D. Buat.
Kasama siyempre sina Vanessa Liubit, JV Serrano, Rachel Lynn Caldellero, and Lily Jelaida N. Alcover, yung nagbigay ng intermission number kanina na napakagaling. At siyempre, the Gingoog City Technical Crew, ang ating ITO Renel J. Kirit. Sir, thank you very much for visiting us here at the regional office. Si Ma'am Rosel Olaer Bacasnot, and may I say hello to Dr. Mitchell V. Rodriguez. Condolences na Mitch.
Okay, moving on, we would also like to thank our very own BigaTEN DepEd X Creative Force, our Director Mary Anthony C. Sheras, Ralph Simon L. Mabulay, Fatima E. Villaremo, and Clifford B. Liponhay.
And as usual, with the ever support of our staff from the regional Office of the Regional Director, Ma'am Juvie Estrella and Ma'am Annabel Baculio.
We would also like to thank Sir Elson Hamero and Team Camigin for the BigaTEN DepEd X jingle. And since nasugda naman sa Gingoog City pagpadala diri og ITO, due to insistent public demand, we want Sir Elson here next week. Otherwise, mo ambak ta sa Picas Division.
Yeah.
We would also like to thank Sir Nick Pañares for his generosity in helping us facilitate our account for the use of the StreamYard platform.
That's right. Our DepEd Regional Office 10 family, the 14 schools division offices, all our DepEd 10 schools and stakeholders.
We would also like to thank lahat ng ating mga ka-DepEd, lahat ng nanunood sa atin ngayon, and of course, Paulo, our learners, the heart of DepEd 10. Marami pong salamat. Ug sama sa akong giingon ganina, ang sunod nato nga edisyon, makauban nato ang Division of Camigin pending compliance ni Sir Elson sa July 13. ug ang Division of Misamis Occidental maoy mo kompleto sa atong Season 1 sa July 20. So it's the date, mga ka-DepEd. Let's make BigaTEN DepEd 10 a TuesTEN habit.
Ayan, so wala na ba tayong idadagdag pa?
Wala siguro tayo nakalimtan, partner.
Wala natin nalimtan. O din hinatapos ang atong ika-15 nga edisyon sa atong programa. Ako si Ramon Gonzalez Abrera, aka ka-DepEd Paulo, ang inyong Public Affairs Unit Lead Officer, nagapahinumdum nga atong protektahan ang atong mga pamilya, eskwelahan o komunidad.
Ug ako sab si Candizenia Racoma Razon, ang inyong rakista abogada aka ka-DepEd Rada, usab nagaingon dapat nato hibaw-an ang tinuod nga impormasyon tungod kay mas luwas ang adunay kahibalo. Magpabakuna na ta, mga pahinumdum gikan kanamo nga inyong kauban,
Kasaligan,
kadangpan,
ka-DepEd. Hangtod sa sunod higayon, kini ang
BigaTEN DepEd 10.
Northern Mindanao, sabihan ng Mindanao, BigaTEN DepEd 10, BigaTEN DepEd 10. Pagpadayon sa edukasyon, maoy dumong nga maangkon, BigaTEN DepEd 10. DepEd Northern Mindanao, for the learners then and now, we're always here to serve you no matter how. Pangarap natin abutin, pagsisikapan natin kamtin, kalidad na edukasyon para sa bata, para sa bansa. Kauban, kasaligan, kadangpan, ka-DepEd. Kauban, kasaligan, kadangpan, ka-DepEd. Ambihan ng Mindanao, DepEd Northern Mindanao. Ambihan ng Mindanao, pagkahiusan nagpaibabaw. BigaTEN DepEd 10, pagpadayon sa edukasyon, maoy love you.